let's talk about how each and every one of us has a superpower. And yet, for many, you continue to abuse it, thereby making it virtually powerless. Now, the superpower I'm referring to is called responsibility. Being responsible means that you do not only do what you are expected to do, but you do what you say you're going to do. And you accept the consequences for your actions. Now, wait a minute. Do more than what is expected or asked of you? Now, if that sounds familiar, it should, because it is a biblical principle. So just how is responsibility, or being responsible, a superpower? I'm glad you asked. Because the doors that are open to you as someone who is responsible and can be counted on are not open to those who are proven to be irresponsible. Now, you've heard that to whom much is given, much more is required. But whether or not much has been given, as part of our duty to each other as humans, we all have a responsibility to give more than what is asked or expected of us. Have you ever noticed how hard it is to relate to someone who never owns up to their mistakes or feels they're ever wrong? You see, being responsible, it means that you are accountable for the outcomes of your actions. Think back to video 2, where we talked about who is in control. And ask yourself, who's in control of your actions? It's you. And since it's you, you are therefore responsible for the outcomes of your actions. This also means that you're responsible for your own happiness. You cannot put that on someone else. So once again, your happiness cannot and should not depend on someone else. Sadly, that is not always what we see playing out today. Instead, we see people avoiding personal responsibility, and it's usually through things like blame shifting and accountability dodging. We can go back to the beginning in the garden when Adam and Eve ate from the tree. They were forbidden, and as soon as Adam was confronted, he blame shifted when asked what he had done. He said, "It was the woman that you gave me," thereby implying that it was God's fault that he did exactly what he was told not to do because of the woman God had given him. Now, we hear this story and it's so plain to us that Adam's behavior was wrong and cowardly, and yet we do it all the time in our own lives. We are quick to put the blame on someone or something else without taking any responsibility for our own actions in the matter. You see, responsibility is so important because it means that you are probably honest. And if you're honest, you're probably compassionate. And as someone who's responsible, honest, and compassionate, it's more than likely that you're also loyal and fair. And possessing all those traits, it would stand to reason that you would also be respectful, humble, and kind, which we'll be getting into in the next video. But the reason I say probably is because there are no absolutes. You either talk yourself into thinking that you're all these things until the pressure's on and what's really inside comes out. Or you really do end up unlocking the code to living your best life now, and what you discover is that life without a relationship with Jesus Christ isn't a life at all. See you in the next video.